Welcome to Lesson 2 for Iron Forge Martial Arts online training class for Tai Chi. Today we're at the other school I teach at. Thank you. I want to thank them for letting me use their space. In any case, to start off with, we'll go ahead and do a bow. Make a fist with our right hand, cover it with our left, present, show respect to everybody, including ourselves. Nod in, circle. So let's go ahead and start loosening up by rotating our neck, our head on our neck. Slide, drift. Let it pull just slightly. Switch to the other side. I almost always do my adult warm-ups with starting from the top of my body to my bottom. So I stretch to one side by pushing the hand down and leaning the neck to the other side. Relax, pull the other side. Teaching ourselves to drop those shoulders. Well, one of the major things about Tai Chi is keeping our shoulders dropped. So if we ever want to be up here, even down here is wrong, as low as we can get. All right, the next thing, start rotating the shoulders. Nice and easy, just trying to re-engage those muscles, right? Spend so much time sitting around. Switch the other way. Small circles, try to feel all those muscles engage and pull. Then wide, let them drift and drop. Switch the other way. This is to relax, so just let them swing. Switch to our elbows. Again, it's just relaxation. Switch the other way. Switch to our wrists. Wrist, not quite as relaxed. We're actually trying to pull to the muscles. We're all stretched here. If you ever have to do chin-off with these, they will greatly appreciate having nice loose wrists. Chin's up and striking power too. But we're just starting, so just relax. Shake a bit, take your right hand, pull it down. Pull fingers back. Relax and shake. Nice and loose. Switch, pull down. Pull out. And relax. Shake. Pull arms, shoulders. Relax. Torso twist. Let the arms slap lightly. I like using slapping to start stimulating my body, bringing my awareness out to my skin so I can feel things. Starts leaning forward, start slapping those legs. They just sit so long, just sitting right beneath you, right? Wake them up. Back. slightly, don't hurt yourself, but continue the twist. Slapping our kidneys just slightly. If you don't remember where your kidneys are, they are basically right below where your ribcage is. Chinese traditional medicine, particularly in winter, says you need to stimulate those kidneys to draw out your health energy. And relax. Stretch for our toes. Keep our legs as straight as possible. Don't lock them, but just a very slight bend. Stretch forward, down. Take a deep breath, which will rise you up a bit, and then breathe out and let it drop you down. If you can, grab the toes, pull up on the center of your back. Relax. Hang for a moment. Then draw yourself up slowly. One vertebrae at a time. Want to get in touch with our spine. How you doing? What you doing? Hurry up. Go ahead and lean your back. Stretching out our torso, quadriceps, neck a bit. Stretch on back down. Reaching for those toes again. Now, turn to your left side. Grab that leg. Pull. Relax. Grab the right side. Pull. We're stretching out your side here a bit. Come back to center. Relax again. Grab those toes. Pull one more time. And relax. Draw it back. Relax. So, you've done that right. You should notice that you've gained a couple more inches going down. Why do we do that? To get ourselves straightened, lengthen out our spines a bit. So, then we'll switch to standing on one leg, rotating our knee around. Switch. And loosen up that hip. Switch to circling your knee. Just let it hang and circle. Just making sure everything is in place. Switch to the other leg. Everything is loose. Who knows, we're going to be working on that today. Switch to your ankle. Roll it around. Again, with like the hands before, this one you're straining it a bit because I want to get that ankle engaged. Working on our balance. Balance is never, ever going to be an easy thing. I've watched great masters pull your legs straight back, sink into that front leg, and keep that heel on the ground and stretch out our calf back here. Notice lightly. And also notice that my feet are kind of in line. So more maintain a balanced stance as much as anything. Draw it in, shake. Sure everything's loose, particularly that calf when we're stretching. Now, keep low, medium, high. Switch to the other leg. 2. But anyway, watched videos of great masters, grandmasters of Tai Chi. Still lose their balance occasionally. It's all right. Just something to always work on. Switch to knee. rotate it around. While moving score is always optional. Switch to the ankle, roll it around. Stretch out the toes, placing them on the ground, on the top, pull, push down. Always listen to your body. Hurts like a dickens, it's probably because it's not quite right. Straight back stance, sink into the forward leg, heel stays on the ground. The more parallel you keep your feet, the better the stretch that calf is going to be. Relax, draw it in, shake. Make sure everything is loose and engaged. And 1, 2, 3, low, medium, high. All right. So that's to loosen ourselves up. Now we do an actual warm-up. Today we'll be working on what is called Tai Chi stepping. It's a great way to build up the strength of your legs and your knees. If you have leg and knee problems, be very careful on this. But it is a great way to build up the strength. I've had people 2 weeks later say that my legs went from really not able to do much of anything to, wow, they are holding me upright. So we start with stance, shoulder width apart. Our head is suspended by a thread, so it drops our shoulders, drops our elbows, our spine remains upright. Now, shift all your weight to your right side as you draw on your hands. So I don't really, at this point, don't worry too much about what your hands are doing. Worry about your legs. So we are in a cat stance, which is weight is all on one leg. The other leg is in front of us. The toes just gently holding the ground. So put it out, step, rise again, sink again, roll your weight forward. Draw into a cat again. Step out, sink, lift, sink, roll it forward, switch. Step out, lift, sink, set the leg down, shift it forward. Step out, lift, sink, forward. When you're doing this, remember, we are not going to be what is called double weighted. So when my ankle comes out, I sink, but I would still be able to lift it. I prove this by rising up on that knee again. Sink again, roll it forward. At this point, all the weight should be on this leg, so draw on this foot. Step out, sink, lift, sink, roll it forward. Make sure you come off the screen here, sink, lift, sink, forward. Okay, go ahead and turn around. Depending on the space that you have, might be able to get more, less. Just swing around out of the room. Sink, lift, sink, switch, sink, lift, sink, switch, sink, lift, sink, switch. This is where things like keeping our spine straight, our hips tuck up under, our head up, no leaning really starts making sense. Without any lean, there's no worry about me setting my weight forward. I don't seek my weight forward. This leg is still able to do all sorts of other things. Step out, drop in, inside snatch, outside snatch, sit forward. Leaving optional at this point. One more time. Lift, sink. I see my teacher in a recording do this entirely around a football track. And even as a 90-year-old guy, that's no problem. Note at this point, I'm not really going that low. All right. This one exercise in particular, go at what your knees say, not what you think you should be at. Our rotten little son can get way down here, even further than that, which definitely increases the difficulty of this. But if your knees are weak and you're just doing this, that's just fine. I don't know if any of you have ever heard, but Kung Fu is not actually martial arts. It means in Chinese mastery through time and effort. So what you usually should hear is like Shaolin Kung Fu, mastery of the Shaolin arts, or Hung Gar Kung Fu, mastery of the Hung Gar arts. Kung Fu is not the martial arts. You can have Kung Fu butchering, which is actually shows up in Taoist texts, where the guy has gotten so good through practice that he doesn't even hit the bone as he's carving off meat. You can have Kung Fu with writing. You can have Kung Fu with just standing and breathing. Just the time. I need to teach the young, traditional 108 posture form. It's the more classical Tai Chi form, and it, as its name suggests, is a fairly long form. It's also a little more physically demanding, so take your time on this one. Make sure that you're listening to your body at all times. But in any case, I like the long form better because it does start with what's called the 4 essential actions, which show the 4 energies of Tai Chi. So basically gets to the point a lot quicker than the short form. In any case, we will start with opening Tai Chi. So we assume what is called a Wuji stance. Both toes are facing forward, about shoulder width apart. Shoulders drop. Glasses should be in place. My head is straight. I lift as if I have strings attached to my wrist to about shoulder height. Take a deep breath. Drop. Put all the weight on the right side by twisting this circle out. Sink to the left side, to the right side, center, rise, sink halfway. So yeah, shoulder, solar plexus, and just hold there. Variation of the Wuji stance. If Wuji is directly translated as no stance, but no stance as in every other stance could be assumed from this. So Infinite stance would be almost equally better translation. But the point of the Wuji is that I'm here with everything relaxed. I can assume any other stance without even thinking. You want to test this, tense up. Now, if you were to try to move to a different thing, with your arms tense, your arms don't move. You have to untense them, then move. So it's a lot easier to just go. Tai Chi people are lazy. We want to use the least amount of effort. But we are also looking at thighs here. So when I assume a Wuji stance, my knees are slightly bent. I want to make sure my butt is not poking out. You'll feel straight at about this, but a quick look will quickly show that I am leaning forward that way. Roll my hips under a bit, my back straightens out. I also, myself, need to think about being pulled slightly back on my head, bring my head nice and level. I think partially because my glasses keep sticking out, but I kind of have my head cocked up a bit. In any case, just sit and relax, Wuji for it. Let's start off Tai Chi. The idea is, of course, Wuji, no stance, turns into Tai Chi, where things are moving. So, let's start Tai Chi officially by pivoting out my my right foot, seeking a weight. As I do so, my hand comes low to what's called a holding, preferably without the leading guy. So, again, start here. Pivot out your foot, shift the weight to both sides. Pivot, so you see the weight, hand comes low. This one stays very high, just like chin ball. This is called holding ball. Fairly good, guarded, defensive stance, but it is a transition stance. You will never just walk around challenging the others. In this, with all our weight still on our right side, set out the heel of our left foot. As we sit forward, twist our hips. Then our right hand drops, our left hand comes out. This is called left or off. Then all my weight stays forward for it as I pivot the head, foot on the heel, draw in to the right side. Up. Step out, go in the board off. The important points of these. To go into the holding ball, all my weight has to stay on this side. I'm twisting in my pivot. So I'm not moving the arms because I won't have any energy besides what's in my arm. That would be more of an external side. Internal more or less comes down to being able to move your hips to generate power. So as I step forward, sinking into that forward left leg, and end up here. Forward off. Draw in, step out, and off. Right. Probably notice my feet are turning there. The basic rule is if you don't have weight on it, Move that foot. There are exceptions, but general rule. So again, hold, 5. Give it in, all right, foot out. Drop the hand, that's straight line. As I step out, see forward. As I pull in to another holding ball, step out, forward off here. The points of I had a whole dummy or a person I could probably show you, but needless to say, think of this as somebody throws a punch. You not only defend your center by turning your shoulder, defend your face by your hand here, and protect your other side here. So your only real vulnerability is if they come that way. But that's why we can step out, see forward. We needed you, we can step out this way, step out this way, step out this way. So our vulnerable side is the side that we can be easiest to. Sort of the philosophy behind martial art here. Yin and yang, holding ball. Now, go ahead and think of somebody throwing a punch. You blocked it, grabbing right here. So this hand has a hold of their arm. As we sink forward, this arm is coming up. Preferably to be under the elbow. So your elbow of your opponent should be like this. So you can probably imagine what happens when this hand drops down. The power of that is to be driven by sinking that forward leg. Don't just wave the hand, sink. Now again, go to the other side. I switch my weight ever so slightly because I know I need to go that way, and I want to keep my feet between 15 degrees and 45 degrees, or in this case 60 degrees. I learned kind of badly, and my master's been trying to correct it ever since. Still working on it, but we don't want our feet 90 degrees. Puts a lot of strain on this. So make sure your toes are pointing forward. So when I need to move that way, shift my weight, pull my toes in. Notice that I'm also using my knee here to pull it in. Not just pulling in and leaving my knee in this awkward outward position. It doesn't feel very good, and it's not very good for you. Pull the entire hip, entire leg, so it comes right here. Draw it in. Again, notice my nice straight posture. I step out. As I sink forward, I'm sinking forward into this hip. And my hands are just gently coming. Again, start with our G stance. Notice toes parallel forward. One of the things I find in my Tai Chi work, where my toes are pointed more or less is the direction my energy will go. At this point, I wanted to go kind of forward. Not here, feels better, but makes it harder to move around. All the weight comes to the right side, draw it in, circle out. Sink to the left, sink to the right, center. Rise high and sink out. Then, with my right foot to 45 degrees. I draw my weight in and walk along with this hand. Drawing into what's called a cat stance. Step out. As I sink the weight forward, my right hand drops and my left hand rises. Draw in. Step out, forward off. So this is the first essential energy of Tai Chi. This is called Heng. Heng is literally onomatopoeia of somebody bouncing off the surface, particularly a ball. So if you have undoubtedly played with a ball, you push it in a little bit, but it gets harder, harder, and then when you let, it springs out. So the idea of hang is that if somebody starts pressing it in on you here, you just go ahead and draw the energy closer and closer. I'm never going to tense up and resist, because then when he lets go, it doesn't go anywhere, or I'll go out like that, which is not a good thing. But if I have hang, he pushes in, but it relaxes, the energy is getting right back. I don't move out of position, and I don't have to worry about losing my balance. His energy comes into mind, and I give it back. So, hang. Start from halfway, holding the ball, ward off, hang, draw in, step out, ward off right, hang again. So, just like a ball, notice that I have, I'm trying to keep a very circular arm position here. So my arms aren't coming out, they're not really closing in that much. Even on that ward off, I don't want to be in here. No point being nice and close. I want to have it out right. So if I lifted my hand, I'd be impeccable. Drop my hand, still have a hold of that. So we're just moving kind of, our hands can move like this. Hopefully that's clear in the video, but don't worry, it does take time and effort. Okay. Let me show you it from the other side. Drop. On my right side, so when it shifts to the left, shifts to the right, step, rise, sink halfway. With my right foot, sink all the energy, holding ball, step out, ward off, draw in, step out, ward off. My kids are instructor out here. I love showing them, pum, pum, bouncing them right off. One more time. Good. On the left side, circle up. Left side, right side, center. Right, center. As I put out my right foot, draw in, step out, forward out. Draw in, step out, forward out. Should be noted that probably a fair amount of other Tai Chi people will be grimacing over me shifting my foot all over. Yeah, I know. But the idea is, of course, that we're like water. If I have made a mistake, I'd rather correct it here and have a proper position when I'm actually striking than going, hang on to that. Okay, let's go. Side. that's totally allowed to move the foot that has no weight on it. It's one of the rules. All right, let's cover it a couple more times. I'm not gonna put any commentary on it. Good. Nice. Good job. Let's go back. The next move goes into sort of a point of contention between me and my master, not like fight to the death sort of contention, but most Tai Chi people I know from hang, and they just let their hand come up and then guide it down. Sort of the most traditional way I've seen. Me, I usually come into a full ward off here. Then, by moving this hip back, I bring back my hand. Let's forward. So, it's a contentious point because it's not how it's traditionally done, but it is implied by the tradition. One thing that I've discovered in doing push hands is that I had a really good time learning how to neutralize when things come from this side. That's because I was stopped here and here. By doing it this way, I start engaging that hip automatically. So I find it's a better way to teach this. It also sets up a number of little things you can do in a real life situation, but that'll come later. So, ward off, deflect by twisting back that hip, and forward. From a forward position, ward off, deflect, forward. Ward off, deflect, ward off, deflect. So in some ways, instead of the traditional 4 essential actions that go hang, ward off, roll back, and then to the next two, I have hang, roll back to the other side, hang again, I'll roll back to the other. Minor variation, but it's something that I find has helped out my understanding of Tai Chi a lot more. So, ward off to the right, flex, strike forward. Notice I'm not hyperextending, but I am sinking the weight forward. That causes the skin to go forward. Just do that. Our Tai Chi for the hips. So, yeah. Nope. Another 10 minutes. What time do you need it? Okay. I'll be done here shortly. So, last time. Step out. Doing rock form. Doing cricket form. So, rise. Up. Or use your train of thought. Let's try again. Rise. Comes to my right side. Roll it out. Left side. Right side. Center. Rise. That's what we did. To our wheel. Right foot on left foot. Step out. Roll down. Left foot. Right. Step out. Roll off. Left. Start with high column thrust first. Base column thrust first. All right, as I'm fairly running out of time here, let's go ahead and do some quick meditation. Close out session. So we'll do meditation standing. Assume that Wuji stance that we've been working on. Legs are slightly bent. Our hips are tucked under by relaxing our back. Head is straight. We are suspended by the thread. That's on the very top of the head. Not the point here, right in the middle. Let our shoulders drop. Elbows are dropped. Hands are relaxed. The hands into as if we're holding a big old beach ball. Just a little bit of shoulder plexus is where I feel find good match. Breathe in, doing Buddhist breathing or non-breathing. Breathe in, fill up our belly. And out. In. And out. In. Right. Draw in. Hopefully you enjoyed this class. If you want more content, like, share, subscribe. Every weekday is the plan. Remember, content is based on engagement. So make sure to leave comments below on what you'd like to see, any questions that you have, and what things I could improve. Comments should be productive, at least no trolling. I don't want to have any discussions on if Tai Chi is worthwhile or not. That's a whole different shebang. In any case, right fist, cover it, present, draw, circle, and down. Release the energy. Tai Chi. Thank you very much.